It is projected by the year 2100 that all southeast of Florida will be underwater due to rising sea levels. Hi, my name is Brian Draplik, and today I'll be talking about why rising sea levels are a major issue in Florida, also what causes sea levels to be rising in the first place, and also some solutions to prevent or even reverse the process of sea levels rising in the first place. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in South Florida, so I kind of have an idea and have noticed flooding has been gradually been getting worse as I've been growing up. To begin with, flooding. According to RisingSeaLevels.org, flooding has increased by 200 to 400% in the past 20 years, depending on where you're living in Florida. Sea level has slowly risen over the years and is now beginning to overflow into coastal areas due to high tides, rainstorms, and hurricanes. Since the 1950s, sea level has risen only about 6.5 inches, but 3 inches of that has happened in the past 20 years. Even minor increases of an inch are causing major issues in Florida. Most flooding occurs during a king's tide, which is when the moon and the sun are aligned and the gravitational pull is stronger, causing tides to be a foot or more higher than normal. This happens in places like Southeast Florida right now, which is where I actually live. A recent study conducted by Florida Atlantic University estimated that 6 inches or more of a sea level rise will destroy half of Florida's flood control capacity. Coastal cities like Miami are already spending billions of dollars trying to raise roads, install seawalls, and relocate freshwater wells. Causes of rising sea levels. Rising temperatures are warming ocean waters, causing them to expand. The primary cause of rising sea levels is global warming. According to EDF.org, global warming is the gradual increase in overall temperature of Earth's atmosphere, generally attributed by an increase in levels of carbon dioxide and other pollutants in the atmosphere. Global warming is also referred to as climate change and is mainly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels and deforestation. According to NRDC.org, all but one of the 16 hottest years in NASA's 134 record have occurred since the year 2000. Land ice, glaciers, ice sheets, and ice caps are all melting at a faster rate due to rising temperatures, which is adding more water to the world's oceans. Climate change is also causing weather to be more severe. So, for example, rainstorms and hurricanes are more destructive, which a combination of rising sea levels and more severe weather is not good for places like Florida. It causes more severe flooding, and it will continue to get worse and worse unless we put a stop to climate change. So some solutions: building seawalls and levees and replenishing sand from eroded beaches are some of the traditional ways to defend against flooding from sea level rises. You could also try to elevate and flood-proof infrastructure, but at the end of the day, these are all short-term solutions to a long-term problem. If we really want to save Florida from going underwater, it starts with stopping or even reversing the effects of climate change. And to do that, we need to stop the use of fossil fuels and instead switch to cleaner energy. Some examples of clean energy are wind and solar power. Florida has already implemented some of these, but it's going to take more than just Florida to really reverse the effects of climate change. It's going to take all of the US and other parts around the world as well. To wrap things up, rising sea levels are an issue all over the world, especially in places like Florida. There are a number of solutions to try and stop sea levels from rising, but the best solution is to incorporate clean energy not just in Florida, but all over the world. As a human race, we are responsible for taking care of the planet Earth, and by reducing pollutant emissions in the atmosphere, we can save Florida and other places around the world as well. Thank you.